In other world news today, a new study suggests that young people watching me right now could see the city they're watching me from potentially flooded. Why? Well, because of the West Antarctic ice sheet, which is bigger than Mexico. New research finding that it is disintegrating so fast, your kids and your grandkids, well, they might not be able to dream about living in New York City or Philadelphia or Washington or Miami because there might not be a New York City or Philadelphia or Washington or Miami at the turn of the century. Tom Foreman is in the virtual room. Tom, this sounds really stark. How seriously is this study being taken?
Very seriously by scientists out there, Jake, and because the Western Antarctic ice sheet is a big deal. As you noted, it's huge. They've noticed warming there since the 1970s, and they've long said if you had significant melting, by the end of the century, you could see water levels rise 6 or 7 inches around the world. And they've already recorded melting there, as you can see. But this new study by Robert DeCanto and David Pollard from UMass Amherst and Penn State says, what if it happens a whole lot faster? What if you see a lot more than this? And this is why they think that's possible. They came up with a computer model that basically combines all the different things we've tried to measure out there. The heated air up here that's making things melt above, the heated water that's chewing away at the edge of the continent out there, and then, of course, the calving that results when you have shelves out here. And they say when you have all of this happening, as you can see in pictures from other parts of other polar regions with big chunks of ice falling into the sea, if you put it all together, yes, it could happen a whole lot faster, maybe twice as fast as we've seen so far, Jake.
So how deeply might that affect coastal regions? And what happens if the world cuts way back on greenhouse gases to stop the warming? Could that have an effect?
Well, these scientists say, first of all, this is just a possibility. They're not saying it will happen, but they think you have to take seriously the possibility it could happen. What does it mean? Well, look at this NASA image. Every place that's red on here is already under some threat from rising sea levels. And yes, cities like New Orleans and Venice and New York can put up levees and dikes and dams and water diversion projects, and they can slow it down or maybe fight back against it. But if it's happening faster, they have to do it faster, which means it probably costs more, which means more places can't really do it necessarily very well. And as for stopping it, this has always been the concern with the Western Antarctic ice sheet. Scientists say they fear that if you get into a broad collapse down there like this, if you see a lot of this happening, they think it will be catastrophic. It will happen very quickly in geologic terms, and recovering from it could take thousands of years, even if global warming has been stopped entirely. Jake?
All right.